All right. Welcome in H-Town. You are not tuned in to The Solid Grip, coming to you live at 5. No time for jive. I'm your host, J.R. Wilson. Alongside me, my co-host, Ping Wilson, and we coming to bring you some of that hot, sizzling fire. So now is the time for you to close your mouth and open your ears and listen to what The Solid Grip has to say right after this here. Yes, y'all. We back in this thing, coming to you live at 5. No time for jive. It's going down like four flats on a cutlass. Okay. So today, man, we are going to deal with this press conference. As you can see, DeShaun Watson's lawyer, Rusty Hardin, who's one of the most prestigious lawyers in America, destroyed Tony Buzbee, in my personal opinion. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to comment as we see fit. What's going on, Alan Dale? Good to see you in here, brother. And you said totally wrong. I don't think so, brother. But anyways, yeah, man, we're going to man, we welcome y'all in, man. Y'all come on in, man, and ride with the solid grip, man. Okay, so we gonna comment on this press conference. We're not gonna play the whole thing. It's long. If you want to go watch it, you can go watch it on YouTube. But there's one part in particular that I want to play, and some might think that it's unfair. It's okay. This is our show. You can go back and watch the other stuff, okay? But there's something that I want to play in particular that I think we need to talk about. But before we do that, Pop, how's everything going over there, man? You looking good.
Great on my end, Rich.
That's good, man. I appreciate you, coming through today, man. You got to see your grandbaby for the first time, and I know that brought some joy to you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. With this COVID, man, we just kind of had to play it by ear. So, all right, man. Without further ado, Mr. Allendale, you just keep on tuning in, brother, and share this link with the people, with the partners, with your family. And look, before we get started, y'all, like, subscribe, comment, and share this link. Okay. All right. Let's get straight to what we got to get to. Okay. So the first thing that I will be doing is I will be sharing with y'all um the video of the press conference with Rusty Hardin, and I'm gonna play one part in particular that we're gonna deal with because of the sake of time. So we will start to do so now. All right, so boom, here we go.
Involved. She gets very involved shortly thereafter. Leah was really involved from the very beginning. We've all spent a tremendous amount of time with you. And I think it's important that maybe you hear from them as to their observations, and then I'll try to wrap up. I realize this is a Friday afternoon. This is partly me trying to apologize, but explain to y'all why we have been silent. Letitia, let me start out with you.
Good afternoon, everyone. As Rusty
Now hold on, before we get started, I think it's good for everybody to know. Look, you should go back and you should watch the entire video to get the context. But Rusty Hardin explained that the women that he have on this panel, that are his colleagues, they've been working with him for years. They're not just a group of women that he went and hired for this particular thing. Now, he made no bones about it. He put the women there on purpose because he didn't want to look like a chauvinist nor a misogynist, the same way we don't want to look. Okay, that's why the show before we had my sister-in-law on. But this woman here in particular, she's been working with him for several years on many different cases. So she's more than reputable. Okay. And so, yeah, let's go on.
stated, my name is Letitia Quinones, and I've been working in the justice system now for over 22 years. One of the things that I love about the justice system and that I am truly in love with, and that is the Constitution. Because inside of the Constitution are safeguards. Safeguards to protect individuals who are accused and also who have been treated badly. And I've noticed one thing, and I'm truly concerned about it. I hope that DeShaun Watson's case is not the case where due process goes to die. It's a quote by
Real quick, Pop, can you hear me?
Yeah, Rich, go ahead.
Yeah, so right here she's saying that due process is due to DeShaun Watson. And I mistaked it for it being the benefit of the doubt, but due process is due to him. And she's going to explain why it's unfair that he's being looked at as a sexual predator, as all these different things based on allegations alone and no actual factual viable proof that he has done any kind of sexual misconduct to any of these women.
By my friend, Mr. Weiss. I am a mother of two daughters, 26 and 18. I am a woman of 49 years of age. At the level of law that I practice, I am a minority, not just because of the color of my skin, but because of my gender.
Now, let me ask you a question real quick, Pop. Do you think, based on what she just said, that people are gonna look at this like, oh, Rusty Hardin and brought out the big guns. He went and got him a black woman. What you think about him having her being the first one to speak on the panel?
Well, absolutely, Rich. Being that DeShaun Watson is a black man, people are going to think that. Well, when you found him a black woman to more or less speak for DeShaun Watson. So, absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely think so, Pop. Uh-oh, got the wrong screen here. Yeah, I think that they're gonna think that off the rip, man. But I think that it's important what she's saying, so I'm gonna carry on.
And more relevant than any of those things that I've shared with you, I too am a survivor. And my colleagues probably is the first time that they've ever heard that. And I put that out there publicly in front of you to let you know I have authority to speak on the topic that I'm speaking on. DeShaun Watson is a young man that is probably, well, no question, he's younger than my daughter. He's young enough to be my son. And if anybody knows me, they will tell you I'm anything but weak. I'm anything but someone who will follow something just for the sake of publicity or money. I stand on much higher values than that. And from the moment that I've spent time with this young man, I have no qualms telling you that I stand here unequivocally stating the things that he has been accused of, the things that he has been persecuted for in the public, he simply has not done.
Okay, so Pop, right here, she believes unequivocally, she said, that he did not do anything. Now, Rusty Hardin explained earlier, again, y'all should see the whole thing for context. He explained that he sent two women to go stay with DeShaun for a couple of days to press him with a barrage of questions. She was one of those women. So do you think, Pop, just honestly, like I just think full out honesty, do you think this is Rusty Hardin's way of let me play my card and say that I sent these women here and tell them whether they feel like he did it or not? I'm just gonna make that story up. Do you think there's authenticity to what she's saying right now?
Oh, absolutely, Rich. Um, I mean, I think it's a good tactic, but also she's a credible, and I'm interested to hear more from her.
All right, we'll press on.
You have to take a look at if you were to purchase a vehicle, something far more minute than a person's character, a person's word. They're going to look at your credit history. And that's going to tell them when you go somewhere and ask them, can you have a vehicle that's worth $100,000 or $50,000? Whether or not they should take your word for it, that you'll pay for it. You look at DeShaun's life. He's always been a football star. In high school, that was the first time they ever won the state championship. And he took Clemson to a national title. Do you think that he wasn't getting attention from young women then? I've spoken to many people who knew him all throughout his life. And every person that we've ever spoken to, none of them believe that he's guilty of these charges. None of them believe that he has the character to commit the acts that he's been charged of. His credit history should account for something. And it disappoints me that in the media, this young man who's done everything right, who grew up in a neighborhood where he would otherwise have every reason to fall short of glory. Nothing, not a speck on his record until these lawsuits. It disheartens me that some of you, some of us, will just jump on the bandwagon. And I don't discount anything that a young woman believes happened to her, because as I stated before, I too am a survivor. And I can tell you this, that when I think back over what happened to me, I would not, the first person I come in contact with to get justice wouldn't be a plaintiff's lawyer. That's something we need to think about. Other things that I just want you to think about before I sit down. The first lawsuit spells out everything, in my opinion. In that lawsuit, it states that when the young woman stated that she became uncomfortable and she voiced that to DeShaun, the massage session was stopped. He paid her what he owed her, and they left the room without incident. Not uncomfortable because of anything that he necessarily has done, but uncomfortable because of the areas that are important to him in order to be the athlete that had earned him a $160 million contract. We received an anonymous call, it wasn't anonymous, a random call from a young woman, well, she's older woman, who knew him from a long time ago. And she described herself as a red-blooded redneck. Those were her words, not ours. And she said she was also a ballet dancer. And everything that he described about the areas that he needed massage was extremely important for him to be the escape artist that he is when he's in the fight. And so I simply leave you with this. That young man, based on his career, out of all the obstacles in his life that he's had to face, not having a father, raised by a single mother, and the depths of neighborhood where he had every opportunity to fail, but didn't. And everyone who's come in contact with him that loves him, and his character stood on its own, he deserves the right for you guys in the public to allow this case to play out where it should, and that's in the courtroom. And I'll leave you with this. I want you to think about something when you start thinking about where he was getting massages and how many massages and reaching out on Instagram. For one thing, my children, everything they do is off Instagram. It's a new day and time. If you're going to advertise your business on Instagram, why is it a problem if a customer comes to you as a result of your advertisement? When is that wrong?
Hey, Pop, can you still hear it okay?
No, I can hear it, Maria.
You can't hear it?
No, it's kind of muted.
Oh, it's kind of muted?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I don't know. We got to, man, but basically, hey, Pop, on your, on at the bottom of the screen, it says mute, stop cam mic. You see that at the bottom of your screen?
Yeah.
Okay, go hit the cam mic button real quick.
Okay.
All right, and go to audio.
Okay.
All right, and go to where it says microphone and click on that little tab right there.
Okay.
Okay, and click on Click off the one that says Scarlet. Click out. Click on. Oh, I think it's stereo mic, stereo mix or whatever. Whatever one that doesn't say Scarlet, I would say click off of that one. I mean, click on a different one than that one. Okay. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Yeah. It. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is with the mic, but it's something going on with that mic. Uh, it had a crazy, crazy noise, man. But I can hear you a lot better now. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you okay.
Okay. Cool. 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 Let me play this real quick and let me see if you could still hear it. Let's play it real quick.
Okay.
What is the purpose of advertising on Instagram if I can't come to you as a result of your advertisement? But remember this, and I say this.
Okay. Could you hear that? Okay, Pop.
Yeah.
Oh, you could. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I think that I think that Mike had a lot to do with it, but now that the mic is off, I hear that baby. She loud. She taking over the show, man. She done took over the show, man. Okay, so basically, what I wanted to get at, Pop, because she said a whole lot there, man, and I really kind of wanted to. I hate that you couldn't hear because I wanted you to be able to hear what she was saying, and as you saw fit, make comments accordingly. And but she said a whole lot, man. But I just think that her main thing was, look, I spent time with this man, and I believe unequivocally that he did not do it. She also said that if you check his background, you know what I'm saying? He'll show you that he doesn't have a blemish or anything on his record. He doesn't have anything criminally or morally. He's always walked the straight line and hasn't gotten into any issues with anything until this particular thing happened, man. So, do you think? Let me ask you this question: do you think her being up there speaking, and other women spoke as well, but her being up there speaking, do you think that this is helpful in DeShaun's case?
There's no doubt, man. She's very credible. She's a victim herself. She has two daughters. And so I just think the things that she said, the fact that she spent time with DeShaun speaks volume.
Yeah, yeah. Definitely does, man. I think that this is a one up for DeShaun, and I think the main thing that they were all trying to get at was, let's do this in court. Let's stop doing this over social media and in the media and in the press. Let's do this in the courtroom where it should be. And this is what I found out, Pap. Tony Buzbee does not want this to go to court, because if this goes to court, there he's going to have enough viable evidence for it to turn into a trial in which it'll probably get thrown out before it even gets to that place, because they don't have any evidence. The evidence that they released with the text messages, it wasn't anything that was a misguiding of character or anything like that. It was simply a preferential thing. It wasn't anything inappropriate. There was a text message where, there was some discomfort with one of the women, but it wasn't sexual misconduct. You know what I mean? So this is what they're trying to do, is they're trying to get it in the court. And that's what they're trying to do. Let's get this in court. Let's deal with it in court. And I don't think Tony Buzbee wants to do that, Pop. I'm gonna just flat out say this, man. And I don't know if you watching Allendale. If you are, man, you're welcome to comment. Get down in the comments. But I believe now, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that DeShaun was set up, man. I really do. I believe that he was set up, and I think that this is a gross, mindless thing to do. You know what I mean? So, man, they loud over there today. Hello?
Yeah. Yeah, they
Yeah.
loud, miss.
Man, do you want to try to you want to plug this one in, you want to shelf this one and try to do it again at another time?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's hold on.